the electoral loss for the Congress party has been massive in the recent assembly polls. Desperate now, the Congress in West Bengal has made the party MLAs sign a bond which speaks of unqualified allegiance to the Congress. This move has now triggered a big political fight.
I think you must understand it in its entirety and context. It is not a court affidavit. It is not based on the idea of claiming damages if you violate any clause. It is a political declaration. It is a matter of creating energy and dynamism and movement in the party by binding all together and basically telling the world and the nation that we, the MLAs of West Bengal, are all together in our efforts to revitalize the Congress party and to do service to the people. That is the intention. I think nothing more should be read into it for sensationalism purposes.
The problem in the Congress lies with the Gandhi family. There seems to be a crisis in the Congress party, and it relates to particularly leadership of Rahul Gandhi. It's certainly their internal matter. But at the same time, we all come from a political fraternity. No politician would like to be treated like a bonded labor. Now, here, the Congress is treating their own MLAs as bonded labor, that they have to give an affidavit of allegiance on a stamp paper of 100 rupees. It's a very, very shameful thing. And I don't know how the Congress workers would be reacting, but certainly if this is a humiliation to be received from the Congress leadership, then those who are in politics should not be in politics, because we are certainly, we follow an ideology, we are committed to the party, but we are not bonded laborers and we should not be treated. And the Congress has just done that. So it shows their own internal crisis, but yes, the dynasty rules and the workers of Congress are bonded workers of Congress.
No, there is also a clarification along with this bond, which has been appeared today in press. I don't know much about it, but that clarification itself says this is nothing, no legal binding on anything. It is just an expression of allegiance to the party. That's all. We like any other expression of allegiance. They have, the Congress president of the state might have thought fit to give. It is nothing.
But
it
do you think it's coming back, coming after perhaps Uttarakhand? Do you think it's a nervous Congress party right now?
No, it is not. I don't think so. It is for the nervousness and all that, because it is. They are only expressing their allegiance, because the Uttarakhand issue is a different issue. Uttarakhand is nearly a sabotage, so we cannot compare it.
But is this a fear of a split perhaps? That a split could happen, and that fear of split has led the party members and the Congress president there in the state to get these bonds signed?
I don't think there is much importance should be attached to this side of affidavit or undertaking or whatever you call. Much importance need be given, because the clarification has come there, because it's not a bond. It is not that there is no transaction, there is no contract. It is their individual. They have gone people have elected them from the party platform, and there is we have protection of the under the people's representation.
But you have never been asked to sign. It's never happened.
No, it is never. It is not so. It is never happened there. It is not there. I don't think even party high command has aware of it. But just the local party has thought of it. Local president has thought of it.
All right, the PCC chief in West Bengal, they're making all of those MLAs sign a loyalty bond, saying that they owe their allegiance to Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. One wonders what really made Adhir Choudhury do that. However, the BJP says that this is nothing but an internal crisis, reflective of the kind of internal crisis that the Congress party is now seeing. Tamal is getting us more details on that front. Tamal joins us live from Kolkata for more on that. Tamal, the question that one would ask is that why is Adhir Choudhury doing this, making all of these MLAs sign this bond? What sort of an explanation is coming from Adhir Choudhury and the MLAs who were made to sign this bond?
Well, I've spoken to several Congress MLAs. I've also spoken to Adhir Choudhury. The explanation they are serving is that in the meeting that happened yesterday that was chaired by the State Congress President Adhir Choudhury, some MLAs raised this question as what if there is dissidence within the Congress party as far as Bengal is concerned. They are saying the memories of Assam, the memories of Kerala is still fresh in their mind. So they want to ensure it's a watertight compartment as far as Congress is concerned, and what could be a foolproof measure to ensure people do not really faction out from Congress. As a solution, somebody came up with this idea, why not have a legal bond? Now, whether this bond with this agreement or this undertaking has got any legal standing or not, that question was also raised, to which one MLA specifically said even though if it does not have a legal standing or a legal binding on any of these MLAs, it only goes on to prove our allegiance to the party high command. And there lies the larger question, is the allegiance to the party which is Indian National Congress, or is the allegiance to the party President Sonia Gandhi and party Vice President Rahul Gandhi? Are they trying to resort to psychophancy? Are they trying to ensure that when there is so much of churning within the party, some even asking for surgery within the party, not exactly the discourse going in favor of Rahul Gandhi? Are they trying to initiate a process so that everyone is being forced to remain content with Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi? So is the allegiance more to the Gandhi dynasty more than the party? So that's the question which is coming to fore, to which we haven't really found any answers coming in from the Congress MLAs. They are saying it was decided in the meeting, the agreements, the affidavits came in the meeting, they all signed. Question number one, how come the preparation was so much done well ahead? The meeting happened because if the meeting happened yesterday and in the meeting it was decided they would swear by such an undertaking, what was the entire preparation time? How come they knew that the conclusion of a meeting where they would be deciding whether an undertaking of this nature is feasible or not had a pre-conclusion decision that they would be eventually signing on an agreement like this or an affidavit like this? So yes, there lies the larger question as whether it was all pre-planned, and at whose insistence was this done? Was it only decided at the state level, or the party high command from the central level also involved? If I can just read out two lines from this affidavit, it clearly says that I do swear by unqualified allegiance to Indian National Congress led by Honorable Congress President Srimati Sonia Gandhi ji and Honorable Congress Vice President Shri Rahul Gandhi ji. It goes on to say that they will never indulge in any anti-party activity. Even if I do not agree with any party policy or party decision, I will not make any negative comment thereon, or I shall not take any negative action to the detriment of the party. In such a scenario, I shall resign from my post of MLA before making such comment or taking any such action. The final paragraph goes on to say the statements contained in the foregoing paragraphs are true to my knowledge and are my respectful submissions before the Honorable Congress President. So yes, sir, is this undertaking to the party, or is it another form of psychophancy to the Congress dynasty? That's the larger question coming to fore. We haven't really heard any such explanation as why did they specifically mention Congress President and Vice President? Are they really above the party? Will Congress come out and explain? That remains to be seen. Back to you.
That's right. We'll talk about that in just a bit from now. Tamal, continue to be with us. We have a reaction coming in from Rahul Sinha of the BJP and also Sandeep Dixit of the Congress explaining why this bond.
राहुल गांधी और सोनिया गांधी, उनका जो क्षमता है वो खो जाएगा, वो हट जाएगा, हटने के लिए बाध्य हो जाएगा, इसी का डर से ये अंडरटेकिंग लेने का काम चालू किया। मैं तो इसको धिक्कार देता हूं, जो ऐसा करके पद में बना रहना, ये हास्यास्पद है। मतलब पार्टी का लोग चाहते नहीं है, एमएलए चाहते नहीं है, एमपी चाहते नहीं है राहुल गांधी और सोनिया गांधी वो कांग्रेस का नेतृत्व दे, फिर भी जबरदस्ती एमपी एमएलए को बांधने के लिए ये सारे मुचले का लिखाने का, अंडरटेकिंग लेने का, राहुल गांधी और सोनिया गांधी का पक्ष में अंडरटेकिंग लेने का ये जो प्रयास, ये भारत में कभी नहीं हुआ, किसी पार्टी के लिए नहीं हुआ।
And Babul Supriyo, Lok Sabha MP from the Bharatiya Janata Party, now joining us. Thanks for speaking to Times this afternoon. What do you make of this? In fact, the MLAs in that bond write that before making any comment against the party or against the Gandhis, they would have to resign from their position as members of the Legislative Assembly. This is shocking. What do you make of what's really going on in the Congress?
Well, I think your question in itself describes what it is. You just said it is shocking. It just proves that Congress they really do not understand what democracy means. It's all about the Gandhi family. And I think, this is also invasion into the fundamental right of any, just being an MP or an MLA or any government post does not deny you of your fundamental right or your freedom to express. So if a party has its own MLAs, they should also reserve the right to walk a different path or follow their heart or whatever that might be, to when they feel that is needed. I think it is not only shocking, it's a disgrace. And I think this...
Yes.
I think
Also,
Sonia
Babul
ji and
Supriyo, I'll
Rahul
just
ji
tell you what the
actually-
Congress is saying. Abhishek Manu Singhvi says, look at it in a larger context, and also that the MLAs in a meeting itself agreed to such a bond when one of them came up with this sort of a suggestion. So it's really a matter within our party. It's an internal matter. MLAs have happily agreed to do it. What's your problem with it?
Well, since you're asking me a question, obviously, in a democratic country, we do have problems with this kind of practices. Yes, if Congress thinks that it is within the party and their MLAs are willing to do it, then really you cannot say anything. But having said that, this is the height or the epitome of dynasty culture. And it probably, if they say that there is a larger picture to it, then the picture only points to Rahul Gandhi being the supreme boss. And we just had a very, I wouldn't take name, a very famous Congress functionary saying that it's only a master and a servant relationship that Rahul Gandhi encourages in the party. And this kind of an undertaking is peasant culture. This is not something that should happen in India. And as I heard one of my seniors saying, I didn't understand who it was. I only heard him saying that it has never happened in the history of Indian politics. It is definitely disgraceful. But again, it is Congress. It's their problem. Let them face it. But we definitely have a right to, kind of reprimand that.
Also, Babul Supriyo, the fact of the matter is that in that particular bond, they don't really talk about allegiance to the Congress party. Interestingly, they talk about allegiance to Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi. So one would wonder whether this is loyalty or whether this is sycophancy.
So I already told you that. See, I didn't even know that. I mean, I would give myself a pat on my back, because when you just said that, it says that when they're coming out with a statement that see the larger picture, I already said that the larger picture is the picture of Rahul Gandhi. So see, I am proved correct. That's exactly what it is, and that makes it even more deplorable. It just means that a good talent in Congress. Let me tell you that in the parliament itself, whether it's Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha, we do see a lot of great leaders who have traditionally been part of Congress. But this is one culture which also restricts new talents from coming up, or people with actual leadership qualities getting at the helm of any party. But everything said and done, I think Congress is right in saying that it is their party and it is their MLAs, so they're entitled probably to do whatever they want within the party. Whatever I said, I think I should stick to that and not take it further.
All right, Babul Supriyo, thanks so much for joining us with your point of view on that story. Tamal continues to be with us. Tamal, what stood out really in that bond was the fact that MLAs are signing, talking about the fact that if they have to say anything against the party, or if they end up doing so, then they have to resign. They have to give up their position as the MLA in West Bengal Assembly. How is the Congress really justifying this?
Well, I've spoken to several Congress MLAs. Now, a few of them have refused to come on record fearing repercussions. Now, they are saying they cannot really come out with any form of dissent at this point in time because they've really signed this affidavit. But does it mean they're happy with the fact they have signed on this affidavit? The answer is no. At least two of the MLAs, they are saying they did not wish to sign on it, but then did not at the same time wish to be singled out in the party. They're saying it's a loyalty test which they have been put through, a loyalty test which shouldn't have come at the first place. They're also trying to, fathom the fact that yes, in 2011, Congress did fight the election in coalition with Trinamool Congress, and at that point in time, they had this. They had 42 seats at that point in time. However, after winning the election, they realized that on 18th of September 2012, in fact, specifically, Congress and Trinamool Congress had severed its ties, and eventually Congress had its own way, and Trinamool Congress.
Tamal, continue to be with us. Nalin Kohli of the Bharatiya Janata Party now joining us. Thanks for speaking to Times Now this afternoon. Your viewpoint on this: Congress MLAs are made to sign a loyalty bond, saying that they owe their allegiance, interestingly, not to the Congress party, but to Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. If they have to say anything against the party, they have to first resign and then, be vocal about whatever they have to say. What do you make of what's really going on in West Bengal Congress?
If this is correct, then the logical question that will arise is that did they smell the possibility of a revolt against Mr. Rahul Gandhi and Ms. Sonia Gandhi? Because as you have pointed out, the allegiance is not to the party. One always would have believed that the allegiance is to the party, and of course there is a party leadership. But if they are specifying it specifically to the leadership of Mrs. Sonia Gandhi and Mr. Rahul Gandhi, then that is clear that maybe there is a revolt brewing somewhere in the Congress, and one wonders whether this exercise is restricted only to West Bengal. Perhaps this exercise might be a bigger exercise, which we don't know. It could be also in light of the surgery comment that we've seen some senior leaders speak about. So this somewhere indicates an unease within the Congress party with regard to the outcome of the elections, and repeatedly the Congress party, as Mr. Jaitley says, being the tail ender of an alliance. So therefore they are only surviving on the basis of being a tail ender to a larger alliance. In terms of their own performance, they've just recently been conclusively defeated in 2 state governments, which is where the BJP has come in Assam and the Left Front in Kerala. So also the message that what the central leadership must be building as its strategy of obstructing parliament, somewhere sending a message that the India story can be altered with their obstructionism. People of India are rejecting. You can't speak development in the states and do and perform display an obstructionist attitude at the center. So I think there is...
All right, I'll just talk about what the justification, Mr. Kohli, is from the central leadership. Abhishek Manu Singhvi said that this is not a court affidavit. Look at it in its entirety. Look at it in a context. It's not binding. It's not a court affidavit. What sort of a justification is that you think it's acceptable?
If there is no legal sanctity to the document, if there is no requirement to have something which is mandated by law, then the very fact that you are having it is a confirmation of an unease. Then why do you need to have it at all? And then the wording of it would become even more suspect, which is, as you call it, a loyalty bond. So what is the need to do so? Why is the Congress party so nervous about its MLAs? Is it restricted only to West Bengal? Is this an exercise that is happening larger? Has it got anything to do with the surgery comment? So these are big questions that the Congress party must answer.
All right, Nalin Kohli, thanks so much for your point of view on that story. Let's go back to Tamal, who continues to be with us for more on that. Tamal, you were talking about the fact that this is reflective of the kind of insecurity within the West Bengal Congress.
Well, that's right. Not all of them are actually happy with the fact they were made to sign on this affidavit, and they're saying that this is kind of a loyalty test they have been put through, even though the party has managed to swell its numbers from 42 as they had in 2011 to what they now have, which is 44 in 2016. Interestingly, in both the battles, they were in alliance either with Trinamool Congress, and as in this time, they were in alliance with the left. But they're saying, even though they have fought the battle, they have managed to get numbers. How come the party leadership is really doubting their integrity? And what if someone really plans to leave the party, can this affidavit be binding on them? And they're also thinking whether this affidavit is undemocratic.
That's right. This is a question that the BJP and the opposition, Tamal, is also asking, that are they really afraid of a split within the West Bengal Congress? Are they afraid that they're not going to continue to have their allegiance towards either Rahul Gandhi or Sonia Gandhi? Is the question that the BJP is also now asking. Tamal, for the moment, thanks so much for getting us your inputs on that story.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.